You all, there was a valuable lesson I learned just yesterday. And it reminds me of this song that I learned growing up when I was in youth choir. And the lyrics are, he may not come when you want him, but here, if you know the rest, go ahead and type it in the comments. But the rest of that is, be there right on time. He's an on-time God. Say, you know it. Yes, he is. And I just want to say, I grew worried about something on Thursday night. I went to bed with the intention of waking up Friday and with a mindset of not wanting to pursue a certain perspective that I've had for so long. Long story short, I got several phone calls just yesterday on Friday that shifted the dynamic of things in a nice way. And with that said, I want to say, now I know why growing up playing football, when the coaches said, or the coaches would say, don't stop until the whistle blows. If you don't hear the whistle blow, keep going. Now I know, years ago, I was watching a game. I was living in Raleigh, North Carolina, so it had to be 07, 08. And I think Kansas Jayhawks was in the championship game. And I had said, they was losing with just a few minutes left on the clock. I had said, watch Kansas pull it off. And within a few seconds of the game ending, they took the lead and won. I remember back in the 90s when Jordan made a game-winning shot, Game 5 or Game 6 against the Jazz. And he probably did the same against the Supersonics, you know, the championships before. But I was just recently reminded that my faith was really tested. And God shut me up. The shut up was, I was enthused about something. I prayed, I sacrificed, fasted, and nothing was happening. Nothing changed. And at the last minute, one of my neighbors said, at the 12th hour, something happened. Me, y'all, I always talk about God. I'm always reading the Bible. I'm always putting into play what I read. My faith was really tested. And I learned my lesson that God can make something happen for you, even at the last minute, as long as there's still time on the clock. And I was going to keep all this to myself and save it for another time and put it in a book, put it in a movie. But just like yesterday, and I got an inspirational message watching Instagram Live too of some pastor that's down in Houston, Texas. So shout out to that pastor. I'll come back and put his name in the comments. I'll tag him later. And he was just talking about Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, which is a verse I've known since I was a teenager. You know, trust in the Lord for all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. Just talking about acknowledging God. Thank you to that pastor. But y'all, I'm putting this video out because just as I received all kind of specific blessings on yesterday and what I prayed for and with the expectancy to receive more going forward, it was at a time I needed it most. And I got to pay it forward. This may be a time that somebody else needs it most. Sometimes God shows up at the last hour if it's meant to be. If he don't show up for something, if he don't prevent something, then it won't meant to be. It's what I'm finding out in life. But if he shows up at the last hour, at the last second, it was and he delivers you, or he makes something happen for you've been praying for, you know it's God. Just know. And how you know it's God? Because it's what you pray for. You know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily what you pray for. Steve Harvey said it this way: if it's good or if it glorifies God, he said it on one of his things. How do you know God from not God? If it's good, I mean it's God. If it's not good, it ain't God. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know, adults, let's be adults, categorizing what good. Y'all know what good is and what evil is. What glorifies God, what promotes God, and what doesn't. We know. And this thing definitely that came through for me promotes God, promotes positivity. But I want to wish you a great Saturday. I didn't mean to talk for 5 minutes, but I just had to make it clear for some people who may be struggling with, receiving this message.
I'm on my way.